Got a brand new segment for you. It's called the Most to Gain List. And shockingly, it's about who has the most to gain from a Super Bowl win. Nick created the entire list all by himself, although Josh and Dusty did help him out a little bit. Nick, take it away.
Well, it is called the Most to Gain List. Wildes is correct on that. We are, by the way, taking submissions for a better, catchier name for this. We did this last week. And I had a little silliness involved. I included myself on the list if I had gotten Chiefs Niners exactly right. However, now it is 9 days from the Super Bowl, and we will treat this with the seriousness it deserves. Instead of being a 6-person list, it is now an 8-person list. Ooh. Coming in at number 8, Haason Reddick. Haason Reddick has a chance to be one of the most impactful free agent signings in the last decade in the NFL. Usually the big-ticket free agents don't immediately translate to winning. He was one of the best pass rushers this year. They got him on a great deal. If he has a monster game and they win, I think he becomes a household name when right now I think he's pretty anonymous to the average NFL fan. Number 7, the 2 GMs. Friend of the show. You know, kind of committee member, at least in spirit, Brett Veach, along with Howie Roseman. There's my guy, Brett Veach. The winner of this game, I think, gets to claim the title of best GM in the league. For Howie Roseman to be able to build a Super Bowl winner with a backup quarterback, tear it down, fire the coach, bring in a new coach, bring in a new quarterback, then potentially build another Super Bowl winner. Brett Veach, on the other hand, to trade away the team's best receiver, a future Hall of Famer, then hit on all these rookies in the draft, where 7 of them made big plays in the conference championship game. The winner of this game gets claimed best GM in football. Number 6, a couple offensive linemen, Kelsey and Lane Johnson. So here's why. There have been 4 offensive line Hall of Famers in the last 6 Hall of Fame classes. It is incredibly difficult to make the Hall of Fame as an offensive lineman. If they win this game, and these 2 guys are the 2 consistent pieces across 2 totally different Super Bowl champions, I think they both might have Canton tickets stamped. And I'm not trying to be reactionary, but the people that study these things say Lane's been the best right tackle in football for the last half decade. Kelsey's been the best center in football for the last decade. They both could be Hall of Famers. Number 5, the better-looking Kelsey brother, the better Kelsey brother, Travis Kelsey. Sorry, Jason, we all love you, but give me a break. So, listen, he becomes unequivocally the greatest tight end ever. He is already in the play. Sorry, he just does. He simply does. Again, we're doing tight end wins now. But if you want to, yes, it would be 2 rings. He also is in second all-time, not amongst tight ends, amongst all players in playoff catches, yards, and touchdowns, second only to Jerry Rice. This would cement it, and he's not slowing down.
Who's currently second? Do you know?
Travis Kelsey, I literally just told you he's currently second. He has passed Edelman and all those things. But unfortunately for you, Edelman's only case for the Hall of Fame now is gone. Number 4. Andy Reid. He becomes a Pantheon coach if he's not already. Belichick is the greatest coach ever. There is then a massive argument about who is second greatest. Andy will be able to, at the very least, throw his name in that conversation. He is 5th all-time in wins. He will be 4th at the beginning of next year. He is already 2nd all-time in playoff wins. If he wins 2 Super Bowls, having gotten to 2, been to 11 conference championship games, which I care about, even though Wildes thinks it's nonsense, Andy Reid, argument, top 3 coach of all time. Number 3, Jalen Hurts. The reasoning here is quite obvious. Jalen Hurts, if they win, will he get a fully guaranteed contract? It's on the board. Will he get $200 million? It's unquestioned he will. He, in a conference that, if you take him out of it, the best quarterback might be Dak Prescott or Kyler Murray. Jalen takes hold of that conference and takes hold of, it joins the group of, with Mahomes and Burrow and Allen, of this next generation of star quarterbacks. Number 2. Guys, I couldn't resist. It's me again. Can we be honest? Again. Can we be honest about what happens if the Chiefs win this Super Bowl? When all of sports media, there's footage of me. Okay. When all of sports media just argues about different things, and then everyone just has to bend the knee that, you know what? Nick was right. That Mahomes is the greatest player we've ever seen. So, yeah, I have a lot to gain. Number 1, of course, is Patrick Mahomes. Because, Brew, if he wins this Super Bowl, he is on the GOAT trajectory. He has separated himself from every other quarterback in the league. And it becomes an absolute no-brainer, similar to how it was with LeBron in the mid-2000s. There's no longer a who is the best player in the league discussion. There is a who is the second best player in the league discussion, and it would put a cap on the greatest 5-year start to a career in league history, bar none. He has the most to gain. Go right ahead, my friend.
Good segment. You didn't like that, Coach?
No, I did like the segment.
What's the problem?
The fact that Nick was on the list was one problem. The fact that he was second was another problem.
I have a lot to gain.
And I thought he played safety for the Giants based on the disrespect he gave Nick Sirianni. I would say Sirianni should probably replace Nick Wright as someone who has a significant amount to gain. He'd become a made man if you win a Super Bowl. He's got way more on the line than you do.
Can I tell you something real quick? Since I've been hosting the show, I've seen a second-year head coach win a Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they promptly fired him. So the idea that you win a Super Bowl with the Eagles and you're a made man, that's how they do business in Philly. My guy now, Doug Peterson, got a promotion. He gets to coach the Prince. He's coaching the Prince. But so it ended up working out fine for him. Do you think, can I ask you quickly here, stay here, do you think Sirianni, forget my list, has not gotten enough credit? Or do you think Julian Love might be right, which is in a pretty good coaching situation right now?
Look, I think Julian Love, in the two meaningful games they played the Giants, they gave up, 84 points? So if it's all about the players, then I guess the players weren't very good for the Giants if they're giving up 84 points to the Eagles. And is he saying that Brian Daboll had no impact on his team because coaches can just ride in and ride out? And so if
Coach,
Daboll had an impact,
about Daboll.
No. What I'm saying is if he's saying it's all about the players, and then you go give up 84 points to another group of players, and maybe you're not very good. And then if it's not about the coaches, and maybe you're saying your coach isn't very good.
Julian Love, I thought it was a strong take, man. Stay strong. Don't back down. Go ahead, bro.
Terrible take, Julian. I'm with Coach, though. I mean, I'm baffled, Nick, that last week I think you were 6th on the list. Fifth, and you had both teams alive.
Yeah,
you
but
had
really
San Francisco and Kansas City.
More
How do you
than
move
Andy
up to
Reid.
second?
I like it.
This is the antithesis of the Bud list, I'll tell you that much. But I like, first of all, I'm with Coach, because, Nick, Philly was they won 4 games 2 years ago? And now in their second year, Sirianni's got them in the Super Bowl. I think football, unlike any other sport, the coach matters the most. Ask Jeff Saturday, so I would get Sirianni on there. But I think everything you said, there he is, that's right. I think everything you said about Mahomes is right.
Okay.
However, just what a Super Bowl means. And I think Jalen Hurts should be ahead of Mahomes.
Really?
On that, just because he would be, we talked about it, made man. He would have that Super Bowl ring. Like you said, he would get that huge contract. And I think the apprehension they might have after signing Carson Wentz, we always heard a lot of stuff in the locker room, right? Some guys don't like him,
Wentz also didn't win that Super Bowl.
Right. But even playing well, like Hurts is beloved by that organization and those players. So I do think he'd have the huge contract, he'd have the one ring, and I think he'd be number 1.
Hubs, tell me in my ear if I can show the Mahomes graphic as to why I think he should be number 1. If he wins this Super Bowl, he will have 2 league MVPs and 2 wins in the Super Bowl as a quarterback. That's the complete list. Those are the only guys to ever do that. And by the way, if he wins the Super Bowl and wins Super Bowl MVP, Manning drops off that list, and it's just him, Montana, and Brady, because Manning only has 1 Super Bowl MVP. So it really does become already a Mount Rushmore career 5 years in. Go ahead, Walt.
I've got a bit of a mischievous answer.
Wow, what a surprise.
Well, as Coach always says, you don't need to put out another man's candle to make yours brighter.
Yeah.
But if the candle does go out for Patrick Mahomes, you know who's the secret winner here?
Who?
Oh, all the way from the Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
Oh, stop it.
Josh Allen.
This is so ridiculous.
Then Josh Allen looks around and says, you know what? That guy's got 1 Super Bowl win, 2 losses. Old Josh Allen, who's second best odds to win next year's Super Bowl, old J.A. could get up there and maybe even the score a little bit. Perhaps if I have a great season and carry the Bills all the way to the Super Bowl, perhaps people could start viewing me as the best quarterback. Old Josh Allen. Wow. If the Eagles win, you know who else wins? Josh Allen.
So, but what? I'm just trying to follow your logic there because I know. Listen, you're the cogent analysis guy. So it doesn't hurt Josh Allen because if Mahomes loses, Jalen Hurts then has won, right?
Yep.
So doesn't Jalen Hurts jump ahead of Josh Allen?
Oh, you never know.
Okay. All right. You know what? Just because you did not treat this with the seriousness it deserves, I'm now going to turn this to a dark place. As I
of course. The audience
most
loves this.
to lose. Top 8 from the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Number 8, Nick Foles. They'll tear that statue down. That statue was silly to begin with. I think it's sponsored by Bud Light. I feel like, get out of here. The guy was on the team for 10 minutes. Number 7, Belichick. What? You feel that on the back of your neck, Bill? Andy Reid.
That's actually
breathing down your neck. Oh, listen. Belichick was a great defensive mind. Andy was a great offensive mind. How many Super Bowls is Andy going to rack up if he gets this one? 2. Well, it'll be at 2. Number 6.
6 to 2.
Tom Brady. GOAT status in jeopardy.
What?
It's just in jeopardy.
We're talking way down the line.
Yeah, but if Mahomes loses, then Brady is more secure. If Mahomes wins, then, I don't know, listen, maybe Coach right. Maybe Tommy tries to come back. Number 5, Jerry Jones. This will be the second NFC East team to have multiple Super Bowl wins since you last showed up in a conference title game. The Giants have 2. The Eagles have 2. Lucky for him, Dan Snyder exists. Number 4. Number 4 is Nick Sirianni.
Oh, wow.
Because while some folks are not going to get
nothing to gain.
Exactly. Listen, Coach, I'm not here to make the media rules. I just know how the media works. If the Eagles win, he doesn't get a lot of credit. But if they lose, oh boy, they're going to be blaming somebody. My guess is it'd be him. Number 3, go ahead and reveal it, Hubs. Number 3 is Jalen Hurts. Just like he has a ton to gain, he also does have a ton to lose in this game in this regard only. I think most people feel the Eagles have the far better team, except at the quarterback spot. If Mahomes far outplays him in this game, I think it hurts him. Number 2, most to lose. Guys, Wildes, what do they call me?
Mr. Consistency.
I gotta be fair. I got a lot to lose. I've been doing a lot of trash talk. I've been putting. I like to
put himself on both
lists. Yeah, I like to go to Philly and gamble. I'm gonna have to take a break from that. They won't invite me. And again, to be fair, number 1 is Mahomes because morons like him. Well, and I am pointing at Wildes. I want to make it very clear. If he loses the Super Bowl, will somehow twist themselves into logical knots that it would have been better for Patrick Mahomes to lose a round or 2 earlier.
Those are the rules, bro.
Those are not
those
the rules.
Those are the LeBron rules.
They are only the LeBron rules. So people will find a way to be like, oh, Mahomes, how good is he really? Loses these Super Bowls. Should have just not gotten to him. So that's the most to lose. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.